The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, Tom Nook says he's going to break your legs.
Shall we play a game?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan, the video game podcast that brings you the very best of Tom Nook's precious, precious island. I am your host, Caleb Schweiss.
Caleb Craig.
Cameron.
And Zach.
And today, guys, if you haven't figured out by the title, the pre-roll, or what I just said, we're going to be reviewing Animal Crossing, was it New Horizons?
Yeah, New Horizons.
A game that we've all bought, but only you three really played.
Yeah.
So, excited to get into that. And, yeah, fucking, that's it's weird not doing all the other stuff, but makes sense.
It does make sense.
Does make sense, yeah. So, the game is pretty new. So
It is new. You're right.
And it's on the Switch.
It came out right in time for the fucking quarantine.
That's why I said Nintendo started the pandemic.
Yeah.
So they could sell out Switches and fucking Animal Crossing.
Yeah, they knew what they were about.
That's
You
right.
know, that is something to think about. Because it's weird, like a bunch of these games that we've been playing lately came out right as everything started shutting down. It's the gaming industry. They started it all. All right, let's
Don't
watch
say
this.
that because some suburban mom is going to take what you say and run with it.
Maybe, yeah. She's going to hear her 12-year-old
There ain't
listening
no
to our
suburban mom that listens to this.
show. Or maybe her kid does. Her, like, 10-year-old child is like, oh, it's Nude Clan time.
She's like, they're so woke. And then she listens to her say fuck, shit, goddamn, stuff like that. And it just destroys her life.
Yeah.
Her hair grows back to normal length.
Yeah. All right, let's watch the trailer to this fucking game and see what we got ourselves into.
Your attention, please. The Nook Inc. Getaway Package charter flight will soon be arriving at the deserted island.
Why can I understand this?
Yeah, why isn't it going...
Why isn't it Orville or Wilbur?
All right. Animal Crossing, New Horizons. Oh, wait. Oh.
Bring it to a modest sum of $49,000.
I mean, at a point in the game, that was a nothing.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's a good point, especially with all the turnip sales that you can get.
But Yeah, to me at least, not the most riveting trailer of a video game.
No, but I was watching reactions to this trailer like around E3 and stuff, and people were freaking the fuck out. Why? Because they loved it. There's such a cult following. I mean, like if you told me you watch girlfriend reviews.
Yeah.
Like watching the review of E3,
yeah.
she flips out because she's so excited. Like the thing is, I think with Animal Crossing, it transcends being a gamer. Like what a kind of. Because there's people who don't really game that still love this game.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it just transcends.
Yeah.
And I don't fucking know why. Just kidding. I actually kind of enjoy the game.
I mean, Alex played it for a little while. I think she just stopped because I hid the Switch. But
You hit it?
yeah.
No more Animal Crossing.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure she doesn't play a Switch because she doesn't know where the fuck it is.
Yeah. I feel like that's part of it.
Pretty sure that is why.
But yeah, I don't know. A lot of people are really into it, and
I mean, I was pretty into it for a while there.
yeah.
You beat the game and you like threw it away like Andy threw away Woody.
It just the next objective is to design my island. It's just too much of a daunting task.
To terraform everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, is it enough customization? Like, because I know you spent hours doing the Conan stuff, but like, can you do enough in Animal Crossing to make it worth your
I
time?
mean, you can basically change the entire design of your island.
Yeah.
Oh, so it is kind of cool.
Yeah, so it is cool. You can really get in depth. It's just it takes real world time to do things.
Oh, really?
So when you want to move a building somewhere, you have to pay for it and wait a whole day for it to be moved.
Oh. That's kind of annoying.
Let's just speed the game up. At this point, who the fuck cares?
I mean, you can time travel, so you can force, but that's still extra steps you have to do to make yourself go to the next day. And you can only move one building at a time. You can only do one project at a time. And then editing the island isn't 100% easy. I mean, sometimes it's a lot easier than Conan in some areas, but
Just as frustrating.
yeah, it's a lot of work for what?
Yeah, because
Is what I'm thinking right now.
like, what else is there after you're done with the game? I mean, what do you?
I mean, now you can
Well-
work to get a full 5-star rating of your island.
yeah. Tom Nook, if you get 5 stars, he lets you touch his bells.
oh wow.
He shows you his KK slider.
You can watch his KK slider slide on in and watch his bells slap against your ass.
As Isabel watches in the corner.
Oh man.
She has to be a part of it. I'm sorry, Craig. I saw the hurt in your eyes for a second.
I don't want Isabel anywhere near that.
Yeah. So what?
She's a freak, bro.
What is this game all about? I mean, I don't really know.
You asking what the story is or what?
Yeah. Like, I don't know jack shit about it. I
There
haven't played very
isn't
much.
really a story. Basically, what it is like you go on a getaway thing to like start to live a new life on a empty island, and so you basically got to build a community yourself while using Tom Nook as like the town center, basically.
Yeah.
You borrow money from him to get certain things done, and then you got to pay him back.
So the whole story of the game, you pay the Nook Corporation to go start life on a deserted island, and eventually your goal becomes make the island community good enough that a famous musician decides to come play on your island.
Yeah, you don't figure out that that's what the plan is until like you get most of the stuff done.
Yeah.
Because then you do like all the major stuff. You get like all your, you get at least a couple people on your island, and then it's like, okay, now our plan is to get KK Slider to come perform a concert here, which you have to get 3-star your island to at least 3 stars for him to like come to your island.
Oh, okay.
So basically, at that point, you have to have a certain amount of trees, flowers, decorations around the island, a certain amount of islanders, and yeah,
At least 2 ramps or 2 stairs.
yeah, and then 2 inclines or bridges.
Sorry, bridges.
Okay, so you're basically tasked with like beautifying this island.
Yeah, you gotta
To
make
bring
it,
tourism.
Yeah, and you gotta like get rid of the weeds. You gotta get rid of like stuff that's just laying around, and you know, it's
Do chores, decorate, and basically that's it. Find recipes, design stuff, design your house. get the biggest house you can get, but you keep paying back loans to do stuff like that.
Huh. Well,
You seem so
I don't know.
enthused.
See, the thing is I thought you guys were wrong when you told me that it wasn't a game for me. But I don't think you were wrong when you told me that. I think you were absolutely
yeah, I told
right.
You it wasn't
Well, yeah, because you picked
a
it
game
up.
for
I mean, you tried it.
Yeah, I didn't really give it that much time. And honestly, I was like the secondary on the island because someone else had started the game.
Yeah, being the secondary on the island is not fun.
No,
You
it's
have
terrible.
no control over anything.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't even know what's happening. I'm just picking shit up off the ground and selling it, buying recipes to things that, like, why am I even building
Maybe
this?
if you played long enough to get into the stock market, you'd like it a little bit more.
Yeah, stock market's cool.
Created a whole community over selling turnips.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff seemed like cool. It seemed really cool, but I never even got to get to that point, so I don't know.
See, if Conan had the economy, that would make Conan the perfect game.
It really would, yeah. And I don't know how. See, that's the hard thing, though, is that's the whole point of Conan, is that you're surviving the wild, so it almost can't have the economy. You know what I mean?
No, but see, in Conan, you are creating the community. You are creating something out of nothing.
Yeah.
And that's the whole, point of Conan. Even in the trailers, you see, she's, the woman Avatar standing on the cliff. You see her city get built up in the distance. And so, just like Rust, there, it's post-apocalyptic, but you could still create an economy in Rust.
Yeah, in Conan, it's not really. There's like not enough there.
There
like,
isn't.
What would you use as gold? Like the star metal, probably.
No, but you can use actual gold for gold.
But yeah, but I mean,
there could even be like a bartering system.
Yeah. You can make it bartering, but you can actually have a use for money and have a use for making gold coins. Because there really isn't a point. You can do it in the game,
Well,
but why?
the coins are for like when you meet up with like the actual
The
city
merchants.
To
settlements.
buy glass that I can already make?
Yeah.
they have foods and stuff that you can get too. I don't know.
But
It's not enough,
religion
though.
gives you better food. If
Yeah,
you-
it's not
it gives you
enough.
like the Mitra's feast and stuff like that. And there's no reason really to make money in Conan.
The
And
only
there's no way to
currency
sell a con-
that I think you could truly have would be the best metal. I think that would be the one thing that you would use as gold. So, like, instead of using gold coins as money, you would use, like, the...
But you can't make star metal coins.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, I would use the bars of it as, like, currency. That would be what things are worth.
But they would just have to make it to where you could trade gold coins for something that's actually useful. Like, what if you could sell a whole bunch of star metal for gold to then go buy a whole bunch of demon blood or
Yeah,
gunpowder?
I think the
for
problem
bombs?
is that they have a currency, but it's still just a barter. It would have to be a barter system. So, like, the currency doesn't really mean anything because you can't buy everything with it.
Yep.
And the whole point of a currency is that it's universal across all fronts. So instead of being, the potato farmer that everyone in this town already has all the potatoes they need, then you get nothing. You have coins that you earn from selling your potatoes to people, and then you buy whatever the fuck you want. So, like, they like don't quite have it down because the coins are just stupid. They're just there, and it's like, honestly, I just grind them down for the dust for fucking, like, materials, because materials are what the game is. So I agree. But this game seems like it does it a little bit better.
Well, there's kind of an economy too, especially when
Yeah, you actually
you-
get money.
you can post your island online when you have good prices for the stock market, or post online for trades and stuff, and then they'll ask for like Nook Mile tickets or gold or bells or whatnot.
Some kind of entry fee.
And
Yeah.
so there's a player-driven economy for sure in Animal Crossing.
How exactly does that economy work?
You say, "Hey, I want this if you come to my island," and people do or don't come to your island and provide you that.
Well, how does the value? How exactly does it function, though? Is what I'm asking.
Pretty much,
So
you just determine what
basically-
you want.
Yeah, basically the stock market works like you sell your turnips for a set price. Like, if you happen to get a really good price for turnips, which means people could make millions of bells from coming to your island, it becomes worth to them so that they can make a shit ton of money to give you whatever you ask for as an entry fee. But some people charge way too much. Like, I've seen people ask for like 20 Nook Mile tickets and a bunch of other stuff that is just not. It's not even worth it. So
okay. So the game is flight points and stock market. That's what the end game is. You get like fucking miles,
Basically.
sky miles, and stock market.
Yeah,
And And see, that was the stuff I really wanted to get to, but I was like, I don't know if I can handle all this.
No, I don't.
It takes a
I don't
while
think
to
you
get to
would
it.
enjoy it 100% because a lot of it's just busy work.
Yeah, and it's like,
But it's people enjoy doing it though.
I have 125 hours.
oh my
in the
god,
game.
dude. That's like Conan level of fucking. It just barely came out. It's been like 2 months. Holy fuck, Craig.
Get a fucking
Fucking
life,
love
Craig.
Animal Crossing.
But when things take real world time to get done,
Yeah, I mean,
but it is a lot of fun when
basically-
you get to go on, Craig's island, me, A4, Craig, and Zach will all join an island and dick around.
Don't you
Yeah.
lump
My
me with
favorite
this
thing
game.
is to go into Craig's house and turn everything on.
Listen, so the only reason I stopped
That's
playing
why I
it,
took away the vacuum. I was sick of that.
You sick of him sticking his dick in the fucking vacuum? Or
That's
what?
exactly what he's doing. He's turning on the vacuum, sticking his dick in it, and then just
That
left it
boy
on.
is not right.
I don't know, Dad.
my dad's got a narrow urethra.
Yeah.
The only reason I stopped playing was because I fucked up and I forgot to sell my turnips and it just pissed me off, so I stopped playing. I lost a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
I
gotta
will
get in
never
there.
financially recover from this.
Yes, you will. God
I
damn,
got-
you just gotta fucking play it, dude. You can.
I will
you
never.
Can easily
I will
make that
never
back.
financially
Dude,
recover.
You can easily make that back from
That
fossils
bitch, Isabel
that bladders won't
Baskins,
take.
is trying to take me down.
But then you could just do scorpions and catch those for a while.
Yeah,
now.
or that.
No, like
No,
I
but
fully intend to play it again, but like I've
that's-
gotten really sucked into Assassin's
that's,
Creed Odyssey
pretty
right
much the
now, so,
story.
that's all I do.
To start out with, and that's kind of how we said that's when you beat the game because that's when you see credits. But there's a lot of side quest type things where if you play the game on a certain day and go talk to someone, it divulges a little bit more of someone's backstory or a little more of this or that. But it's like actual real world time
Real
stuff
war.
where you have to play a game on this day in order to see this event.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
talk to
yeah.
this person about this thing.
Yeah, aren't there like certain
You meet the lovable drunk Gulliver on certain days.
aren't there like certain bugs and things that you can capture on specific days too, like holidays?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's how it works for like everything.
Or specific
when the
times of day.
season changes, like you basically get a whole new set of
Yeah,
like
so like
fish or insects. that
recently
just
in
be
the
or-
game, we went from tarantulas to scorpions.
Yeah,
So like things change.
Like there's certain
one
fish.
terrifying thing to
See,
another.
fish are, there's certain fish you can catch, and some fish are more rare than others. And then as the seasons go on, the fish change of what you can catch.
Yeah. So like
No,
right now,
there's
we
some
can't
that are
catch
around, like-
marlins because it's not. the
yeah. There are
season
some that
anymore.
are around like all season, or they're only available for like 3 months out of the year.
See,
And
like
like
that.
fucking
ones
bass.
change,
Bass
like,
are here every fucking day.
Yeah, the bass. Always the bass.
That's all you catch. Every time
Yeah.
it's like a big shot,
Black
you're like,
bass
oh, sweet.
or the sea bass.
The most metal of all bass,
It's a C plus.
at least. God,
So, anyways, there isn't really an overarching story.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
just-
it's
it's
just
just
basically
Gameplay
like
to play the game.
right?
Yeah,
I feel like-
it's one of those stories that like serves gameplay, but
Yeah.
it's like barely there.
But like with that, I feel like Animal Crossing it's a. I kind of lump it in the same category as like Minecraft, where it's one of those ones where you can
Yeah.
just turn your brain off and you just do it.
It
Like,
really is like,
like,
yeah, it's a very
yeah.
passive game.
You just sit there and you just hang out. Like it's what it is, man. It's just super chill.
Yeah. I don't know. Would you like omit the story or from the review? Should we just make it gameplay?
I mean, we didn't omit the story for the Pimp My Ride, the best game I've ever played.
No,
That's all I
but
mean.
it's different though. That's a game that sorely needed a compelling story, but didn't have it.
Yeah. You don't think Exhibit was enough to compel you forward?
Holy shit! Real quick, fucking, I was on YouTube and I heard a familiar person's voice talk about making cars look better, and I had PTSD. It was fucking Exhibit talking about pimping out your trucks in Warzone. There's a pack you can
Oh my
buy,
God.
and you pimp out your car. And he's like, "Yo, it's X to the Z Exhibit." And I was like,
Oh God, no!
everything just like went like slow, and I was like looking around and like watching. It was I was freaking the fuck out for a second. I was like, "Did they make a second one? No fucking way, Jesus Christ!"
Pimp your war zone.
That's pretty much exactly what it is, but it's like the Humvees and stuff. It's like, make your Humvees look better, and it's like, what the fuck?
I mean, that's technically what it is with those skins right now.
Yeah, and it's exactly what it is. But yeah, it just took me to a different time and a different place I didn't want to be in.
Pimp your rifle.
Yeah, pimp my rife. I think maybe they're listening.
Scooby Doo sewing his wife on the corner.
Daphne, get on your Rees again.
Raffy, it's right.
Look at Ryder.
You heard it here first. Schweiss bit my wife.
Well, I said rife, like rifle.
I know, but
I know what you meant, but
Raffy, where's my running?
working the corner.
Ruby always gets his cut.
Shaggy's legs, dude. Where the fuck's my money?
Like Velma, come on, man. You know the rules. I'm gonna have to fuck you now for the money, dude.
No, Velma, man, I don't want to hit you. Zoinks, man. You're making it hard.
Would you let me off for a Scooby snack?
He's just I can't even say it around.
Craig.
I'm dying. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just dying.
Can't stop the pimping.
You can't. It's with you forever, man. It's like a brand.
Yeah.
It's just always there.
Yeah, seriously.
Every monster they catch turns into a sex slave, though, I've decided. In that new Scooby-Doo.
So, yeah. Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Story, I mean, there is the framework of a story. There is a little bit of purpose and drive they put you on. But again, it's not like a story-driven game.
No, and I would agree with that. It's the game's more about just building up and playing with your friends.
It's definitely
But
more
then
gameplay,
how do we make the argument of taking away story from this when we rate it versus why we didn't for Pimp My Ride?
Well, Pimp My Ride story is you're playing a season of Pimp My Ride.
And this story is
You're trying to get
in
KK
debt
Slider.
and now you're KK Slider.
The story is it's real life. You owe someone money.
Yeah. I think you can keep the story to this and just gauge it how you will.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one that serves gameplay.
I mean, people are going to be mad because the story is really the back seat of the game. Because if we're going to rate it, I'm not going to rate story too high because.
Well, I was wondering with that too.
And then people are going to get mad because this game is not about the story. But then how do you?
I'd give story, if we're going to include it, I'd give it an 8 because it has a reason for you to be doing what you're doing. And while it's definitely the back seat, I don't want to give it a low score if we're going to keep it.
Because it's going to give the game a low score.
Well,
which
not
may or may
necessarily, but I mean, it's definitely it feels like one of those things where it's like, oh well, we got to save the island by bringing in KK Slider or whatever. It kind of has.
Is it really saving the island though, or is it just because Tom Nook wants to meet
There's
him?
no antagonist. But I mean, it's
Tom Nook wants his...
Unless you count Tom Nook as an antagonist because you owe him money constantly.
Wants his OnlyFans picture of KK Slider signed. So...
I mean, you're basically just there isn't really a story.
It's not as much of a story as it is an objective.
But, yeah, it's like an objective. You're trying to get KK Slider there for the credits. That's really...
Yeah, it's an objective.
And then it becomes,
And the story
we want to make
pieces
the island
as you
like
play the game.
a 5-star island,
Right.
So I mean, it's more like it's definitely a story that serves gameplay more than anything else, more than most other stories are.
All right.
So I mean, it's just to give you a reason for what you're doing,
That's fair.
more than anything else.
And this game,
And it's a decent reason. I mean,
No,
if it's going to be as chill as it is, if there's more reason to it than Farmville.
No, I agree. I 100% agree with you because the whole point of this game is to relax. I feel and that's what everyone was telling me.
I mean, yeah, there's another game that's Harvest Moon and whatever, and this one where you build a farm, and it's mostly because
Stardew Valley.
Yeah, Stardew Valley. It's there's this story for that one is you inherit a farm. That's it.
But you can marry anyone you want.
Yeah, so when we play Farming Simulator, how are we going to rate that on story?
Farming Simulator straight up does not have a story.
Yeah.
Is this more akin to Farming Simulator than it is?
I mean,
Or like City Skyline or something like that, where you're just building, right?
well, City Skylines, you're the mayor, just like in SimCity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So maybe story takes a back seat in this review.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to give it an honest score of what I feel the story is, even though it's not the main point of the game. It's just
Well, I mean, you got.
I mean, it's like, do you feel like it serves the function that it has?
I
'Cause,
mean, the
I
story
do.
of Pit My Ride served the function of the game,
That's true.
but it didn't
Yeah, we panned the
compel
fuck
in
out of
any
that.
way.
I mean, it's because you hate it.
Right, but you can make the same argument that you're going to give Pit
My Ride
Animal Crossing a
deserved-
good score because you like the
needed
game.
a story. It needed something, and
Right.
it needed more compelling people whose rides you were
Right.
pipping.
Whereas I would say Animal Crossing doesn't, because you know what you're getting into gameplay wise, and it
I mean,
just
again,
works.
it feels like it's.
Well, you could
just a
also argue
premise.
that for Pimp My Ride, like, it's the people and their reason for wanting their rides pimped that would be the story. And
'Cause
because
they're
they
But you
don't
don't
have any,
You don't learn.
they get
about
fucked.
it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you want to do? We got to make a decision right now.
Don't look at me. I'm not reviewing this game. I didn't beat it.
Oh, you didn't beat it? Oh,
No.
all right. It's up to you guys. Yeah, it's. I think I didn't play it enough to know if story is an aspect that shouldn't be reviewed. I would say that. I mean, we shouldn't alter that just to.
No, the whole
Honestly,
point of
I'm
the
honestly
game-
okay either way
The whole point of the game
because I
is,
can understand both sides. Of the
Like
argument.
Zach was saying, it's a Minecraft. It's a Conan. It's
Which Minecraft
it's
has a story mode, but we
it's
won't
that type
go
of
into
game where story really isn't a thing. It's more just there to get you into the game, and really the game is gameplay itself to
Right.
enjoy the world. And so I'm going to argue that we should not rate story.
Well, to be fair, the story is pretty much just a tutorial, and it's
Yeah.
teaching you all the aspects of the
That's
game.
true. It's basically
So,
it is.
If I were
basically a
being the
tutorial.
one to review this, I would agree with Cameron to say maybe story isn't something you should rate this one on.
Yeah.
Because
All right.
you know what you're getting into. But
All
I mean,
right.
I'm not a part of this, so Craig, like, you need to make a decision.
Yeah, what do you want to do, Craig?
No, I'm fine with axing story.
So, if I were to review Conan, I would keep the story though.
Conan does have a story.
It might be more of a tutorial.
It's still objective based, the Conan story.
Yeah. I don't know.
It doesn't really have like a story that you're playing.
It has a lot of
Does it
lore.
have
Yeah,
a-
it does. The story is you got to find out what happened to the previous person.
But you fucking don't. She just got it. Well, I guess you do. She just
became
escaped,
free.
as far as I can tell.
It's an objective. Just
But-
like the objective is to get KK Slater on the fucking
I mean,
island.
you could say the same thing with, like,
Well, I
most
mean, the
games,
story
though.
for
The story's the
Mario is to
objective.
rescue Peach.
Yeah, the objective for Destiny is to stop whatever bad bastards there, and then your goals in that game is to get there,
Destiny, though, has an actual story.
which is
I mean,
you
it gets fleshed
trying
out,
to get to
yeah,
the
but-
objective.
It's a story. It's
Every
you know,
game is just you trying to get to the objective. And I get what you're saying. I'm just trying to be a dick, but still.
Fuck it. Split.
Okay.
All I'm
so-
saying is Pit My Ride's a fucking trash game. All right.
I will die on
Alright.
that hill with you.
All right. I don't think anyone's gonna fight you. All right, gameplay then.
Gameplay. So this is really where the game shines. It's very relaxing gameplay. There's nothing hectic about it. There's no. It's just an escape, basically.
Yeah, it's kind of exactly
it's
what.
kind of like how people play Sims to just make someone's life to build it up. You're doing that for yourself.
Yeah.
You're designing your house. You're putting stuff in it. You're meeting up with friends. It is just the chillax game.
Yeah, it kind of came at the perfect time too. It's
Yeah.
one of those weird games that when it came out, it was like the perfect time to come out because everyone kind of needed that. It seems like at this time because they were cooped up and quarantining at home and everything.
And really, there is a depth to this game. There's a lot of stuff you can get into, right down to like breeding flowers. Like
Yeah.
you can crossbreed flowers and stuff like that. There's a huge chart, and certain flowers have real world value where you can sell them on eBay.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Yes.
dude, blue roses are
Certain-
apparently going for like a shit ton of money.
And the human trafficking is a thing too, because certain
Oh, yeah,
certain
you can-
villagers that you can
yeah.
have on your island, people really want, and you can basically sell your villager on eBay too.
Oh,
At one
wow.
point, there's this villager. His name's Raymond. He was going for $200 real world money.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
It's
people.
a good
want
way
it.
to make money while you're off of work, then, yeah.
So there's a depth to the game. There's a huge variety of the things you can do. Builds, you can design your island in a huge variety of different ways. Your house, you can fish, collect bugs, find fossils. What else do you do in this fucking game? Shooting stars, and just it's really all about collecting resources to design really cool things for your
Yeah,
island.
you can make furniture items or just
And
like
100% your museum.
decorations. Huh?
100% in your museum and 100% in your Critterpedia.
Yeah.
My what?
It's-
Critterpedia.
Yeah, basically when you catch a new animal, fish, insect, whatever, it adds it to your Critterpedia and it tells you about that thing. And so it'll be like, hey, this is when this fish is available, what season it's available, how big your fish was when you caught it, like all sorts of things like that.
Oh, okay. It's your... Yeah, okay.
It's like a bestiary, but for like...
For everything.
Yeah.
But it breaks it up between fish and insects.
Yeah.
So you have
Oh,
you
okay.
have ones to do.
And recently they added an update to the museum where they add art, and so like you now have a villager or somebody who will visit your island every now and then who will sell you a painting, and you got to discover whether or not it's real. And then if it's real, then you can donate it to the museum.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so there's like all sorts of stuff like that that you can do. And then along with the like fishing and stuff, yeah, you gather your resources. You can plant flowers, and then you can terraform your island after you get KK Slider there. And yeah, it lets you create paths. You can have your own design paths that you want to put on there.
Same with clothes
Or-
too. You could design your own clothes, and
Yeah,
you could
there's
put
like,
your own paintings up on walls.
There's been some sweet shit with that. Like I have in my phone, I have some pictures of stuff that like they made like some Star Wars costumes or like some anime ones or like whatever. It's pretty sweet. So the ingenuity in this has been rad.
Nice. The only other game that I played that was like that was one of the Chocobo games on the DS, and I was like able to draw on the Chocobo, and I like got 3/4 of the way through a swastika because I thought it'd be hilarious, and I was like, yeah, it's dumb. I just
you know
quit.
what's funny about that?
What?
Fucking A4 came to my island, and in my clothes shop, he put a design in there that was a Nazi jacket.
The SS.
SS uniform.
The
Nice.
SS uniform, yeah. So it was just hanging up in there. And the thing is, your villagers can go into the clothing store and buy stuff.
Was it a big hit?
So one day I just walk around my island and randomly my monkey was walking around with the fucking SS jacket on. And I was like, whoa!
and you can't.
fuck
and
is
you
that?
can't- Once they have it, you can't.
Yeah,
take it away from them.
what's the-
No way.
Yeah, I now have to either get rid of him or something to
He's someone else's problem now.
stop the spread of Nazism on my island.
So you got to all right. Put story back up there. You have a new story. You got to stop.
Yeah, you got to stop the Nazi
Gotta
monkey.
stop
The Nazi
spread. God damn.
Did you notice until then?
I knew he put it up in the store, but I didn't notice that I didn't know he'd bought it until like he was wearing it.
Oh, and it was too late.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. So they won't buy another shirt; they'll just wear that.
No,
one.
they'll change their
have other.
outfits,
Yeah, they
yeah.
change their outfits every now.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
once
so
he
they
has
won't
it,
always be
he
wearing
can
it.
wear it, yeah.
But like,
Oh, so there is a chance that everyone could be wearing it at one time.
yeah,
there's a lot of
there's
funny,
a chance that there could be a surprise rally in my fucking island.
There's a lot of funny pictures online with the people's villagers wearing stupid fucking stuff. Because when you complete something like a building or whatnot, then you'll have a celebration where you take a picture and everyone like shoots the poppers out to celebrate it being built.
Yeah.
One dude's like, "Oh, my islander wearing my Pussy Slayer sweater." I had up in the
Oh,
shop.
Yeah, he had a penguin that had his Pussy Slayer shirt on. It was like a pink sweater thing that just said Pussy Slayer on it.
Nice.
Yeah, that made me
Yeah,
laugh.
so
I
there's
want that
a real
penguin.
depth to certain items that you can customize.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Oh, that's so funny that you could fucking plant shit like that in other people's islands. Plant the seeds of hate.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of stuff that you can do to customize stuff. I've seen people who have crazy fucking islands. Like there's one guy who had like a Pokemon themed island. His entire island looked like gold and silver.
Really?
Like he had the design like
That's
of all
dope.
the grass and stuff. He like completely changed it so it looked exactly like gold and silver.
God, that's
And
wow.
like one of the areas in there, and it was like I was like, holy shit! And there's another person who put like a Pokemon stadium in the middle of his
Put the
island.
snapping turtles in there.
And it was fucking sweet. Yeah, and there was another guy who put all the snapping turtles on his island, so you couldn't move anywhere. But yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. It sounds like a really cool idea that I would never ever do.
Yeah,
But it's like, oh, what if I did? What if I had?
I do kind of want to make a
unlimited
Pokemon
time?
stadium, but yeah, it's really interesting.
Did you see the one where the guy put all his villagers' houses in, like, he dug around them, made ditches, and he made them a zoo exhibit?
Oh,
So
yeah,
people
yeah.
would come to his island, and he would charge them bells to take them on a tour, and he made them switch into children's uniforms. He would take them on a field trip around his island.
You see the different animal
Yeah,
villagers all chained up in their homes.
Nice, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I laughed pretty hard at that.
But to me, the best part is just like he made them put on these like little like ponchos to look like little children. So
Ponchos
funny.
and then the little rain hat that
Yeah.
was yellow and stuff. Yeah,
So good.
Uh,
The creativity coming out of this game is awesome, but also terrifying at the same
Yeah.
time.
yeah. There's also a lot of like annoying things in the game that just like kind of clash when you want to do like large scale things. Like if you want to move a bunch of
You're never gonna let this go.
well, no, like if you want to move a bunch of like trees and stuff, you have to like eat a fruit individually. You can have like up to 10 at once, and you have to like it takes it just adds time.
So there are a lot of aggravating UI things in
Yeah.
this game that take forever, and they do not need to fucking take forever. Like flying to one of your friends' islands.
Oh yeah.
Why
so
do I have
every
to go
time,
through 4 or 5 menus to fucking go to a friend's island?
every-
And then why do I have to wait a full fucking minute to connect when no one can do anything while you're connecting?
Yeah.
Right, and they have
and
to-
then you
yeah.
have to watch the cut scene of them like landing the plane on your island, and then you have to watch them leave, and it's just a lot of really annoying shit. And then there's also like
Why do I need a confirmation menu for everything I do?
also like when
Agreed.
you certain items can only stack up to 10, other ones stack up to 30, other ones stack up to 99, and some of them won't stack at all, which doesn't make any fucking sense. Like one of the biggest things that I'm always pissed about is like the manila clams. They're these things that you can use to make fish bait out of. You can only have one of them. In like, so they only it's just one, and then if you get another one, it's like it takes up another slot in your
Oh,
pockets.
yeah.
And and you can't craft like multiple items at once. You have to do it individually every fucking time. But then the thing that you make fish bait, and the fish bait stacks. So I'm like, it's like that fucking meme of like the big brain moment. It's like fucking retarded. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
There's a lot of like functionality stuff that just like it just doesn't work. And like in your house, you have the ability to like there's like a house editor thing that you can do.
Okay.
Where you press down on the D-pad, and it basically shows you the whole grid of your house, of like the room that you're in. So you can like decorate it however you want. You can put things in the exact spot that you want to put them in. And they don't have that functionality for outside on the island. So you have to do everything by guesswork and by like.
I use digging holes as my way to measure stuff.
I had to do that when I was planting the rows of trees for my entranceway. Yeah, it is just ridiculous. Like you can't put things the way that you want to put them. Like there are some items that you can move like half squares because like everything's on a grid. And you can move some things like halfway if they're like a half item thing, but you can't do that with like bigger items. And it throws a lot of things off. Like I've been to A4's island. He has like a pathway that leads off into like a little fenced thing that has a well on it. But the well is like sitting right here, and the path is like going straight. So it's like off center, and he can't move it to the way he wants it because the game just won't allow it. It won't allow for that half movement of that thing. So it's just like it's just really annoying, and there should be some kind of island editor to help place certain things that way. Especially with like terraforming, because to terraform, it's literally one square at a time. So if you want to like build cliffs, you have to like build one, and then it's just like this stack, and then you have to keep doing that over and over again. And there's like a bunch of squares that make up your island. It's fucking massive, and it takes a lot of time. That's why Cam quit. It's because like he'd have to spend literal hours to make a small section of his island.
Wow.
Because like it's an individual
And in
pain
my-
in the ass
it's
for
like-
each thing.
Let's say you have a few buildings you want to move. Just to work on one part of the island, you have to move one, wait a day, move another, wait a day, move another, wait a day, and then do whatever you want to that part of the island, and then move them back the way you want. And each move takes a full fucking day.
Yeah. See, I don't mind the real world time stuff that much, but I do. It is a pain in the ass that you can only do one at a time. That's the thing that pisses me off. Is that you can only do one thing at a time, and if you want to build like a stairway and a bridge, you can't do it. You can only do one bridge or one stairway, or you can only. And if you want to demolish something now that because you had an idea of how you want to change something, you have to wait a full day for that thing to be demolished, and you can't build anything at the same time. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass. And there's also like not that many options to like change your house to match the decorations that you kind of want. Because I want to go with like an Asian theme on my island because it's like named after Ganryu Island where like Musashi fought his last battle. And I can't do that with my house. My house can't look like a Japanese castle like at all. It's basically like they give you so few options.
And I just want my house to look like a
it's lame.
cesspool. I mean,
I want a Viking longhouse
on
for mine.
Gornest.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. There's a lot of really annoying UI things that just like clash with the ease of the game. Like, because you want to fish for like some of the rare fish, but you can't fucking do that if you have to like dig up each individual manila clam, and it takes up, all of your pocket space, and then you have to like spend 20 minutes making the fucking, the fish bait from each of those manila clams instead of being like, I want to make like 20 fish bait.
But is this as annoying as spending hours mining for iron and then spending hours mining for sulfur to make hardened steel?
I mean, it's just as annoying. Because it's more of a casual game, and that's
At least
the thing
you won't die on your way back.
That's true. You won't die on your way back.
There's scorpions in Animal Crossing, but ain't no boss scorpion. that's for
Yeah,
sure.
ain't no three skull.
I mean, it might as well be. If it hits you one time, you're out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like they hopefully they'll update it and make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, they've said that they're going to update the game for years because I don't think they're going to make another Animal Crossing for a while. But they want people to keep playing, and it's like they obviously want people to keep playing because it's a game that takes real world time for stuff, and it changes with like the seasons. You go to the next season, so you catch the new fish, or you're like in winter, and then you get seasonal events too. Like the one that we hated was like Easter, but like we still, we get other ones that like Museum Day where
Fuck Easter.
you go around
All those
and look at
eggs.
all the different stuff in the museum and you get these plaques for it. They have some unique stuff, and I kind of want to see what they do next, but because they learned from their mistake of Easter with replacing everything with a
Right.
goddamn egg.
See, and that's when I started the game,
Yeah, me too.
and I started at the worst fucking possible
Fucking
time.
eggs. I was raging against those so hard.
Yeah,
You guys
dude.
like, what does he fucking talk about eggs? It's like, oh,
These
can't fucking
so-
play the game because the resources you need are just fucking eggs.
so the Easter event was like a giant Easter egg hunt. So you'd be fishing, you'd be like, oh fuck, I got a fish egg. Oh sweet, I'm gonna mine.
Oh,
fucking rock egg.
Oh fuck! I found a fossil. Oh, it's an egg.
Oh,
And
dude,
so,
I just stopped playing. I stopped playing the
I still
entire
have a
event.
whole bunch of eggs left over from that event because I never made anything from the Easter stuff. Because fuck that.
Yeah, Easter stuff look like shit.
So
too.
now, every now and then, I'll go to someone's island and hide an egg or two.
Nice.
That's beautiful. I really like that.
Oh, look, a fossil. A fucking egg? How? What?
So wait, you can leave stuff on other people's islands?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well,
that's
if you're,
partly how
if
the
you're
economy
best
works.
friends with somebody, then they can like use their tools on your island.
Oh okay.
So
How many
you-
best friends do you get?
I think up to 20.
Oh, you should only have one best friend.
Um,
What is this? What is this bullshit new age PC?
What kind of elementary
best
bullshit
friend?
is this?
Yeah, like, fuck that. You got one best friend, and then you have a bunch of other
No,
friends.
I'm talking about you. What kind of elementary bullshit is this?
Well, like, you got to have a best friend. I mean,
No, you have to have multiple in case one best friend's a cunt.
well, then he's not your best friend.
That's not
He's
true.
just a friend.
Just because he's got good traits and just one stupid trait. They don't want to hang out with that best friend that day.
You can have the best, and then you can have still pretty good, but not quite the best.
second best.
Yeah.
Second best friend. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So you can have your 20th best friend.
Yeah, but then it's like, I mean, how low? If you're 20, then it's like we're barely friends. It's like the guy. It's
No,
like the
I
guy
would
at
say-
Maverick that always checks you out. You know, like not like gay check out, but like you know, you're like, hey,
I love how you had to classify that.
yeah, not the gay guy at Maverick, the straight one. It's like I know who he is. He's like you're number 20. Number 20.
I wouldn't consider any of them my friends.
You're the 20.
Like,
Well, how many
I don't
fucking-
go to get chicken. It's like, yeah, I see you every day, but I'm not going to be like, hey, friend, you should come to my birthday party. Like, I'm not...
Well, you don't invite 20 people to your birthday party.
Bro, I'm popular. What can I say?
Well, okay, so it just basically changes so that you can determine who you would allow to like help you move shit if you
Yeah,
wanted.
and
basically,
Craig let Cameron on, and Cameron just fucking silent.
yeah, and Cam just like digs a hole and then leaves random shit in my yard.
I left you bells in certain holes.
You did. I found those.
Stuck your bells in his hole.
It's a good chillax game. It's a game that you play before going to bed. Type
Yeah,
of thing.
I mean, it's like a game that you play for like an hour and then you're done with that game for the day. Because
It's
like you do
Nothing serious. It's easy
Yeah.
to play it while you're doing something else.
Yeah, I mean, you get, like I said, everything takes real world time. So you go into your clothing store. There's like always something different.
Yeah, some Nazi paraphernalia
Yeah,
one
some
day.
some Nazi stuff always hanging up in the wall. Like the Nook store, like there's always something like new furniture stuff to gather. There's like always one rare furniture piece that you can grab. And then like every day they have different villagers or different people visiting your island. There's one that will sell you like flowers and stuff to help decorate that you can start like making your own the flowers. Like if you want to make blue roses, then you got to like plant the what is it for blue roses? Do you know?
It's like
I always thought it was just food colored water, but
you had to somehow crossbreed red roses to like a different type of color. I don't know what it does. But then you crossbreed those back to a crossbred red rose, and then the two crossbred red roses then make a blue rose. And it was something stupid. But they have charts online where you can look at it to know how to make certain flowers.
is the red rose or is the blue rose like?
I got a black rose.
red roses too.
yeah.
Red roses too.
And I think
To myself,
Oh my god.
Red
roses too.
Help
Oh,
me.
man. I think that, and then the one meme where it's like, oh, when you open up your electric bill and like, I hope it's not high, I hope it's not high, I hope it's not high, and then it's like the one like cracked out lady like smirk smiling. Those are the two that I like return to and laugh at
I've
every
never
single
had
time.
what I would classify a high electric bill.
Please don't. Be
I
high,
haven't
please
either.
Don't be high.
I agree with that too. I've never had like a
What-
crazy.
what's the largest electric bill that you've seen?
Almost $200.
What? Fuck, how?
Yeah, how?
My AC was breaking, and it was on 24/7 to work. Yeah, that's why I spent
The
$6,000
most
to
I've
replace.
paid for my electric bill, I think, was like $35.
The
Oh,
most,
really?
The
Yes.
most I paid was 40,
What the fuck?
45. Yeah, and I'm always on my PlayStation.
Yeah, mine's like 70 this month. And that's like
In the
I
summer,
mean,
that's when mine gets about 40 because of my
I
swamp
guess I
coolers
just don't
on.
have. But then, like, what do you have here electric that's more than mine?
His vibrator.
Oh, that takes a lot of power.
Well, that was his highest, because his AC was broken.
No, but he says 70 though.
yeah, mine
Come
now
on.
it's like 79.
I mean, he's got
I
kids,
mean,
but he's got more people.
well,
He's got
yeah.
kids.
Well,
like-
Alex also works from home.
I work from home all day now, and I don't have.
But you
like,
don't have
a huge increase.
three. You have 3 kids here, don't you?
No, just do.
Or 2? Yeah, sorry.
And
Okay, sorry.
only one of them does.
The TVs
But he's still-
are
but he's
always
still
on,
on,
so
yeah.
they're watching stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would say
You
it's
have
not.
to-
It's
I
not
guess-
uncommon.
I guess the washer and dryer going more frequently.
Yeah, because when my
Oh,
cousin
they'd be on
like,
more
was
frequently.
over, like
You got
mine
fans
jumps
going
up a
all the
lot.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my fan going all the time. I try to keep my house like during the day. I usually turn it off if it doesn't get too hot. My AC, but at night it's around 69 degrees.
Nice.
It's too cold. Alex is like
Too cold?
Yeah, it'll be like 67 in here sometimes, and I'll come in and just like cryo sleep. You know,
You sleep so much better when it's cold.
Yeah,
Dude, I overheat. I overheat way too much.
69
so I have to have it to be
degrees
cold.
is the nice spot. For
that's
me.
where I allow.
Even in the winter. Even in the winter, I have my fan on.
I allow
It's too cold.
69.
It's too hot.
I'm a super light sleeper, which is why I have to have a fan going.
I am too. Yeah.
Which is not nice right now, having a new kitten running around meowing all night long.
Yeah.
Show her love. Or him love.
Did you just get PTSD one day and start yelling, "Shut up, Wayland"?
Wayland never wailed at me that much when I slept here.
Dude.
He's like the wah pedal of cats. Just
Wow, wow. Wow. Is he on Rage Against the Machine?
yeah.
He's got some funk.
Schweiss has an electric cat.
Yeah. God, I wish. It's fucking like rip the cords out. Just fucking. Shut the fuck up.
So he wishes his cat was electric so he could beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, so I could legally destroy it.
God.
You know, that's the opposite purpose.
Oh.
I feel like you try to rip the cords out because it's you. It'd just be like, it'd just meow meow.
Anyways, I would
Louder.
give gameplay an 8.
I would too.
See, it's not abusive if it's a theoretical electric cat. And
Yeah,
I don't
You're-
dream of
you're always
electric
trying to
cat.
segue
Yeah, you're
away.
not Rachel Rosen throwing the goat off a building.
Yeah.
Because you're pissed.
I just remember that one girl on Twitch that tossed her cat over her shoulder, and everyone blew up about it. And I was like, "Have you never had a cat before? Because like, they're fine. It's a fucking cat. Like she just like." The cat got on her lap and she just tossed the cat over her shoulder and everyone's like, "Oh, it's animal abuse." It's like, nah, it's a fucking cat, man. The cat. You know what? There was one time that Jace shoved Waylon out of the window upstairs, and like that was psychopathic. But you know, the Waylon landed and he was like, "Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna live." And I was like, "What the fuck? What do you mean you didn't think he was gonna live?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, well, I mean, but like,
You need to watch your back. You need to.
but it's like
Gonna
crazy."
fucking kill you next.
Yeah,
I know.
I didn't think Dad was going to live when he fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
Dad's alive, but he
That's
sounds
your
like
excuse?
Yeah, I was like,
I thought I was going to kill it. I didn't think it'd live.
yeah, it's like, how was I supposed to know it was
How
going to
does
make it?
that make the
It'd
situation?
be like Stephen Hawking. He's going to push you down the stairs. Like, but Dad lived.
Yeah,
A little.
I lived, you little fuck. Yeah, no, it's like, but I thought that was really crazy when everyone blew up about that. I was like, dude, it's a cat. Like, cats land on their feet. It's like the fucking thing when you get clawed by a cat, you fucking grab the cat and
I mean,
you
like,
get it off of you.
Was
Like,
she like in her room, like streaming too?
yeah, I think
Because
so.
I feel
yeah.
like you know where your stuff is behind you. So like you toss
Yeah.
cats, you know it's going to land on the bed.
Yeah, I was like, what? Who? It's like all the people that are complaining about this probably don't have a cat, like, because you don't understand.
They
the
land
cat-
on their feet.
Yeah, and like Cameron's cat, like fucking, he would think you're playing with him if he did that. He'd like,
He liked the being tossed and
He
run
likes to
back
be
to you, and
thrown.
then go
Yeah.
back at your hand, and then you toss him again. He'd run back at you, and
Yeah.
it's him playing. He likes it.
yeah,
It's
Cameron's.
Cameron's-
off
Something
of like
funny.
higher
But
shit.
but it's
too,
not
so
like it's not like
Yeah.
I'm tossing him. It's like I'm,
Yeah.
Cameron's-
All right,
and then
anyway,
he comes
yeah.
running back for more. It's his. He's playing. He's wrestling my cat.
He's a fighter, man. He
likes to
fucks you
wrestle.
up too. But he's unfortunately not in Animal Crossing.
So yeah, Schwa, it's 8s for gameplay for both of us.
2 points off for the UI, huh?
Yeah, it really is annoying. There's a lot of like just
God, there's so much optimization that could happen.
yeah, there really is. Like,
Well,
What is this? A game for children?
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but
I'm
also
surprised
like,
it doesn't make you ask permission to go online every time you travel to someone else's island.
it kind of does.
I know it does. It's infuriating.
Are you sure you want to do this?
You
kid?
might see some Nazi insignia here on this island. Can you go ask your parents if they're okay with that?
We're
The
gonna have to
online
nuke this
experience is not rated by the ESRB. Are you sure you want to continue?
Fuck the ESRB!
island. But they say it, but they go, and that's what they're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck them.
So I wonder, do you think if the UI was a little better, you would have stayed it out?
It would have gone
Okay.
up a little bit more. It's just,
Well, I
just
mean-
like every minute. So this game takes time to play, and
Yeah.
it's not just like the real world time. It takes fucking time to play.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not
stuff
like
that
passive.
shouldn't.
It's like active time.
No,
Yeah.
it's still kind of passive. But when I go walk up to someone, why do I have to go through like a fucking ton of menus before I can finally like check the prices, or I can finally sell you stuff? Or
Yeah.
why can't I build multiple items I'm going to need in the menu? And then why, when I am leaving the fucking crafting thing, it's like, are you sure you want to leave the crafting
Yeah,
thing?
it's things like that that you only start getting irritated at, like the 60-hour mark, and you're like, God, this. It's like because then your time, you start realizing like every 5 extra seconds that you waste on these menus, it's like every single time. That's like how many fucking hours is that taken up of my life?
And
It's
the
like,
biggest
fuck you,
thing,
man.
one of the more fun things to do is to visit someone's island. And then to visit someone's island, it takes you like 40 seconds to finally say, I'm going to go visit someone's island. Like, you have to go through the menu. Like, sure, you
Yeah,
gotta-
they have
Is
to
it- are
open
you-
up
are we-
their
are we
island
gonna
for
travel?
visitors. Then you have to go through like 5 menus to like make sure that you're going to that island. Then
Oh,
you have
geez.
to select that that's the island you want to go to, and then it takes like 2 minutes for you to finally like.
And then now you're finally connecting. Like the whole time when you want to go to an island, it's not connected to the internet. It's after you finally go, hey, yes, I want to fly to someone's island, one of my friends, and then it'll connect you to the internet. At that point,
yeah, and
It
then
wasn't connecting
and then it makes
the
you
whole
watch
time.
like a 2-minute cutscene of you like flying in on your plane and then landing.
and the whole time you're flying over, the people on the island that you are going to visit, they can't do anything while you're connecting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a big fucking
Oh,
cutscene,
dude.
and you have to sit there and wait
Oh,
for
God.
this 5-hour cutscene to get done before you can do anything.
I could see, yeah, when the game gets really, when you start getting into like the 70, 80, 90 hour mark, like those little things start to really fucking
Yeah.
grind on you.
You know, I was playing with A4 before. It was one of his complaints. Basically, was like, it feels like nobody play tested the game,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
it's kind of true because there's a lot of UI stuff that's just like it really bugs the shit out of you, and it's not like you said it's like the 60-hour mark, but no, it's like almost immediate because there is some stuff that you want to do and you just can't fucking do it like at all without like a shitload of menus or without it taking 10 times longer than it needs to.
Yeah, because see, when I hear it takes real days, usually what that is like, because there are like some things like I think Warframe is like this, where like you'll have passive things
That
building.
baby game.
Okay. Another thing that reminds me, that annoys me a lot about traveling to someone else's island is, let's say you want to go travel to someone's island and you want to put in a code or do something, but you hit the wrong thing on accident, and then you instead of just going back, oh hey, I meant to select this, you have to start the whole fucking conversation over.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It's like, oh, never mind, I changed my mind. Okay, talk to me when you want to talk to me, and then it's just over. And then you have to start the whole
yeah,
fucking
you have
thing
to
again.
start all over again, and
Oh,
it's
man.
annoying as shit. Oh yeah,
I'm just happy to see Cameron freak out in person again.
I hate things that waste my time, okay? I hate it.
you can speed. You can speed up their conversation a little bit by like pressing B, but it's not by a lot.
Why? The thing that pisses me off is I actually did I ask you about this when I first started, or was it A4?
Maybe.
Why the fuck in Pokemon you can go into the text thing and you can make it fast, and it's a noticeable difference.
Yeah.
You're right. This sucks. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It does suck.
See, when I hear like things take real days, there's like a thing that takes real days, like actual active playing, and then there's like you set your people to do something, or you set your game to do something, and then you turn it off, and then it like automatically farms. Is it the active days?
It doesn't
No,
automatically
no,
farm,
it's-
but things are
it's-
built during
it's
that, the
the
time
next
period.
day for like you
Yeah.
you go to bed.
Oh.
and
It'll
go.
it'll just appear.
like in real
that's
life.
that's why
Okay.
people
Next
can
day.
just like do the change the date in their Switch, and it'll be done.
Oh, okay.
That's the time traveling thing. It's like it's basically cheating.
It
But-
is frowned upon. Time traveling.
Well, back before, so people time travel a lot right around the game was released because you make interest off of the bells you have stored in your bank.
Oh shit!
And
yeah.
so they would fast forward well into the future to make a whole bunch of money off of interest, and then
I didn't
travel
even
back.
know about the interest
didn't
until
either.
like
But
a
they
little bit
They
ago.
fixed it.
They nerfed the interest. So you
Yeah.
hardly make
So
any
people
because
did that,
people were
and
doing that, yeah.
the developers were like, "Fuck you guys," and they made a patch for it.
yeah, that's good
Well,
that
you
they
still
did that.
get interest, but it's a lot less.
Yeah, that doesn't make it worth it.
The okay, so I can see why that would be frustrating. I mean, the only game that it comes to mind is when we were playing FF11. There was like things where it would only reset after Japanese midnight, and so there were like times when like because when it reaches midnight in Japan, it's like okay, it's the next day. Now you can continue the quest, and we would have like the timestamp for midnight in Japan, and we would just haul ass, and like we'd get on right like an hour or two before that midnight. We would just like fucking pound through the quests and like hope to God we finished. And then like Japanese midnight rolls around, and then we jump back on and like fucking finish up another day's worth of quests. And it was crazy annoying because sometimes we would like miss it by just a little bit, and we wouldn't be able to play it the next day either until after that midnight point hit. And it was just like, fuck, why the fuck did they do this? And then I think right at the end of us playing that, they changed it to, or some of them, or something like that. It was like some of the quests were like just midnight in the game. And I was like, why can't it just be midnight in the game? Like, why does it have to be Japanese midnight? It's like, fuck. And it takes, and you're right, it's one of those things that just makes it take longer than it absolutely needs to. And so that was the only time I've ever dealt with a mechanic like that, and I didn't care for it either.
I mean,
I don't
it
know.
makes sense in this game because it's like a passive thing. You don't want to rush through everything, and it's really cool that it like allows for real time seasons and whatever.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
events because like your villagers will have like actual birthdays, and so when it actually hits that date, then you can celebrate their birthday. So there's like a lot of cool little mechanics that go along with it.
Yeah, certain things
But-
won't happen or conversations can't happen until a certain time. But every holiday there is an event going on, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Except when the bunny for Frank from Donnie Darko visits your island on Easter.
Dude, the fact that lasted as long as it did irritates me beyond belief. It was there for like 2 weeks before Easter and then like a day or two after. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
So it seems like one of the game's like high points is also like something that brings it down a little bit.
Well, that one was the first event that they were kind of testing, and a lot of people complained that they basically made the appearance rate of the eggs like as high as they did because instead of getting the stuff they needed to continue to develop their island and stuff, they were just getting eggs. And the eggs, well, you can make stuff out of them, is not what they needed to like advance.
Yeah.
And so they were like getting really pissed, and it's like, okay, well, because it was like right when a lot of people started playing too, so it's like it was really bad. And so they kind of changed it up, and I think they're making it so they last a little less time.
Yeah, the events are a little
They're
less
short. They're
long-winded.
shorter, and then like it's not as bad. It's not gonna fuck you over like Easter did.
Anyways, next category.
Yeah, sound and music. What do you guys think about the soundtrack? I guess the voice acting is just like,
Yeah,
but
There's actually a whole language design behind the Animal Crossing language.
well, I mean, it's
Where-
just words.
It is words shortened, but they do different things to it to make it sound more like gibberish too, to make it not have quite the same cadence, but still be the English gibberish.
You can
And so
you can understand what they say sometimes.
The I forget what it's called. There's an actual name for it, but it's different in English than it is in Japanese too.
Yeah.
Like even the cadence is different. So they actually put a lot of effort into designing the language that the Animal Crossing people use.
nice.
Music's good.
I wish they played more than one theme out on the island because it gets kind of annoying if you play it for a long time.
It changes a little bit, but yeah. You can design your own island tune. That'll be like the little blurb for whenever you enter or leave a conversation or do stuff.
Mine's the Game of Thrones themes.
Oh, really?
Mine's E1M1 from Doom.
I should have made mine that, but I put Funky Town on instead.
Wait, you can change it to like whatever you want.
Yeah.
Well, it gives you so when you want to change it to your tune, it will give you like a little note thing. So it's like I think it's like 10 notes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And so you can basically play like part of a song.
And there's people who figured out like different songs. You can go online and it's like, oh, this is like
That's how I did
notes,
E1M1. So it's pretty sweet.
That's pretty sweet.
And then
yeah.
each of
That sounds awesome.
each of the animals will have like a different way, like different like version of the tune. Basically, it'll be the same notes, but they'll do it in like a different way. So like you can hear E1M1 more with certain animals than you can with some of the others.
Okay.
Which is kind of cool. Also, there's like you can buy the records of KK Slider from the Nook store, and so you can listen to those like whenever you want. If you have like certain items that will play music, like I have a jukebox, like a record player, like a few other things that you have. You can just go up to it and be like, whatever. If you registered with it, you can like play, and it'll just play like in that room while you're in there. So it's pretty cool. I think it does that when you're outside too, but there's like a limited range. Of, like, where
there is a
hear
range.
It. Yeah, which is pretty cool too. That like they like made that a thing. Because like even in your house, like I have my jukebox over in the corner, but if I'm like in the opposite corner of the room, you can't hear it as much as if you were like up close to it.
Oh, okay. So they did some cool stuff with the soundscape. Then.
Yeah, they did some pretty sweet stuff with the sound.
Nice. Well, what are you going to give it?
I think I give it a 9. I like some of the tunes a lot.
Some of the
from KK Slider.
KK Slider stuff, slaps pretty good.
Turn it into A4. And then, the only thing that I don't really like is like the island thing gets boring after a while.
Yeah,
but
it's going to be an 8 for me again.
All right, 9 for Craig, 8 for Cam. What about graphics and design? What do you guys think of the look of the game? Do you like the art style?
Just as long with the gameplay, the design has to match it equally, just because that's the whole reason you're playing the game, because you are, getting really cool designs and furniture items and whatnot to put on your island or in your house. So it's really in depth of all.
There's
this
a lot
stuff.
of really unique looking items, and then like the museum.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, that stuff looks awesome.
And it looks like a modern museum.
Yeah, and you got like fucking the skeletons and shit that look pretty good. Yeah, Skeletor. And then like the animals look really good, like the insects and stuff. Like it's pretty crazy how much detail they put into those things. Where like everything else looks kind of cartoony and silly, but then like the actual animals and fossils and like those other things like look kind of
really
realistic.
For me, the design gets a 10 because it's part of the reason why you're playing the game.
Yeah,
it does. It's like how cool the design is and all the different stuff you can discover and do. It really is why you play the game, and the gameplay sort of impedes that with unnecessary UI decisions.
it does. Yeah,
But really, it's a wonderfully designed game.
yeah. I would also go with the 10. There's a lot of really cool stuff in there. Like there's like wallpapers that you can get that are like that move and stuff. There's one that's
3D
like
wallpapers?
basically like the
Yeah.
3D wallpapers. There's ones that like move if you like move around the room. Other ones that'll just move on their own.
I
Like,
mean,
there's
every-
a one that's like a scape of like a cityscape, but then like rain is coming down and stuff. Like
you
it's
can
really
go to
cool
someone's
looking.
island to like visit, and their island can be completely unique to any other island you visited.
Yeah.
There's just so much choice of what you can do when it comes to what you deck your island with and how you design it.
It's definitely it's people's personalities, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Like you just see like them as a person. It's
Yeah.
rad.
Everyone's hopping on the bandwagon making Japanese-styled islands, but
I will say, I guess it's more a gameplay though, but it kind of annoys me that I can't look around my island like I can in the house. Like you can change the camera view while you're in your house to like look around the house.
Yeah.
Because you can look at all the little decorations and stuff, which is cool. But you can't do that when you're on your island, which is kind of annoying for certain spots. Because like there'll be, I have like a cliff that's like up in the back, but like there'd be like a little pathway behind it that's just like a single thing for me to just walk through, and I can't even look at it. So like if a fossil thing happened to spawn behind there, I would have no way of knowing.
Yeah, the camera angles suffers with this game.
Yeah.
The camera angles are pretty shit.
I mean, you can change it a little bit to like have different angles and stuff, and then they have that where you can like look up in the sky for the shooting stars. But I think that kind of also hinders it a bit because you can't look around your island, look at certain angles, and every islander's house has to be facing like where you can like just go up into it instead of like at an angle or sides.
I think with that too, it would make like terraforming your island a lot easier if you could look up and look at it from the above, so you know what space you have and what you don't, and what's going to fit where.
Also, it's kind of annoying that you can't place certain things at like an angle. You can do bridges, but that's about it, which is dumb.
All right, well, the last category for this review, replayability. How likely are you to play it again? Have you played it again? What's the value to play it again?
Mine is 10 out of 10.
It's 10, yeah.
I've played it since I beat it, and I've been playing it since, like, every day. Like, I check it for new furniture items because I don't want to miss out on something cool.
Fashion always moves forward. And then, of course, there's always those events that happen around the holidays and whatnot. So there's always a reason to come back and play it.
And then seasons change, too. Like,
Yeah, the seasons change, so you, like, if you haven't played for a while, you get into a new season, it's like, oh, hey, well, now I can go catch some new fish or some new bugs. And
do you know if
get
they do
that going.
snow in the winter?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
So I'm stoked for that. Like, I really am excited for that.
There's probably going to be a whole
And
bunch of like
I will get back into the game.
holiday season stuff you can do.
I'm excited.
Build a snowman.
I just need to financially recover first, and then I can.
I mean, one of the cool things for like spring is like they brought in like a bunch of bamboo, and then they have that certain
I
item
miss
that
the
you can
cherry
get.
blossoms.
Bamboo is taking
dude.
forever to grow. I don't know what it is.
Is it because it's next
I
to
think-
you're too close to an edge or something, or it's too close
Yeah.
to another one?
I think
No,
that's.
I spread them out when I can.
I know some of mine haven't been growing, so I like moved them, and then they started growing again.
Yeah, that's what
So
I had to
don't
do
know,
as well.
I don't know.
It's kind of shit.
There's like, it's weird.
I wanted to
Also,
make a bamboo
there's a
forest, and
glitch
you
in the
kinda
game
can't.
for like your first two islanders. Their
glitch.
houses won't fucking upgrade at all,
Yeah.
but everybody else's will.
They'll just be tents.
Well, no, they'll be houses, but like they won't change
It's
the
the base-
inside
it's
of
the
their
base house.
Yeah, it's like the base house. They won't like
So you get one room.
customize it the way that they want to do, like at all.
So you kick them out and tell them to leave. So better villagers.
Yeah, one of mine already left, and then I replaced it with the little bear.
Brandy
But it
moved
was
to your
but it was
island?
my pig that left, so that was sad.
Brandy moved to your island.
No,
He's a little bear.
well, he's a big bear.
No, I just
Yeah.
imagine him being little.
I don't know why, but like the one room thing reminded me of this game of The Sims that I had where like it was glitching on me and I kept getting robbed. And I had like the fancy electronic toilet, and like I made my guy take a shit in it, and I didn't flush it. And the fucking thief came in, and that was the only thing in my house. So he like stuffed it in his little bag, and I was like, "Fuck you! Hope you enjoy my shit, you little bastard."
And it's funny, you could take a shit in Animal Crossing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's,
If you
that's
have
pretty
like one of the
sweet.
toilets that you can sit down on, like as soon as you sit down and leave it, it'll like flush the toilet.
No, but it also serves a mechanic. In this game, you can eat fruit, and that will help you break rocks and uproot trees. But sometimes you don't want to uproot a tree or break a rock when you hit it, so you can go. But if you still have fruit you've eaten, you can go sit on a toilet, and it gets rid of all your
your superpowers.
yeah.
Very nice.
That also kind of bugs me about the rocks. I wish you could just pick them up with the shovel and then break them with an axe.
What I'm going to do
'Cause, like-
is limit the areas they can spawn in, so I can
I know.
find
I
them.
need to
Yeah.
do something like that too. See, that's the thing that's kind of annoying. It's like the rocks, they give you the resources of like stone, clay, gold, iron, and if you break them, they'll
Don't
just
forget
spawn
eggs.
back the next day. Yeah, or
Rock
eggs. And they'll just spawn in a new spot like the next day, which is nice that it does that, because if you break them, you get like an additional item or whatever. But like, I really, really wish that I could just pick them up with the shovel like you can with the trees, and so you can put them down somewhere else. Just to have like that design, it would be nice.
Oh, of the rock?
Yeah, because like they just spawn wherever they want, and it's kind of annoying that you can't just
If you
place
break
them
a
where
rock,
you want them to
it's
be.
gone until the next day. But
Yeah, because you need them for those resources,
Right.
so they'll always spawn. But
another part of it, this game is you can go to a mystery island, and it could be full of resources you don't have, trees you don't have, or flowers and whatnot. And then you can
Villagers sometimes.
yeah, which is cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's Animal Crossing.
Sounds like there's a lot of variety, a lot of things to do in it.
Yeah,
And they're
definitely.
going to keep updating
if you have the
it,
patience to do it.
and so possibly they could add more rooms to your house and stuff for
I
you.
hope
to,
they
like,
add more designs. Fuck.
for like wallpapers
For the
or-
outside.
Oh yeah, the
I-
outside definitely.
There's enough
yeah.
complaint about it. I think they will.
Yeah, so maybe you'll pick it up again in the future if they.
I'm definitely going to
Updated
pick it up
now.
again.
Also,
I just
the stock market
haven't
is a
got
reason
around
to
to
keep
it.
playing.
I mean, I played the stock market once and got a ton of bells from it, so I haven't really needed to touch it again. I can if I want, but there's no real purpose for that many bells.
How many bells?
You
do
don't want to be
have?
Jeff Bezos
12
in
million
Animal
right now.
Crossing.
12 million.
Mhm.
I got 6.5.
Be the Jeff Bezos of Animal Crossing. Just keep getting shit.
I wonder what the cap is.
Yeah, billionaire.
It's that is like a little in-game achievement.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's like little in-game achievements that are like that give you Nook miles as a reward, and one of those is for getting like 100 million bells. I think.
No, just a million.
Is it? No, that wasn't like one
Or
of
to
them.
have earned
There was
100
like a
million in your lifetime.
shitload. Yeah, I think it was a lifetime.
Because
goal.
I have all the bell awards,
Yeah,
but I don't think I've earned 100 million bells in the game.
maybe it was 10 million. I can't remember what it was.
That could
It was a shitload, but I don't remember.
All right. So, final thoughts on Animal Crossing before we go through the scores.
If you want a chilled, relaxed, time to play a game, like a game on a rainy day type of thing, yeah, Animal Crossing's it.
I mean, I didn't beat the game, but I talked so much shit about this game in the beginning, and it's
then-
something
and
that
then
I
you loved
actually do enjoy. I mean, we were talking shit together, me and Cameron.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do enjoy it.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had in it. There's a lot of cool designs you can do for yourself. Collecting like cool furniture items and designing your house is really cool. I actually do like that aspect. Yeah, it's a fun, chill game to play. If you're not in the mood to play something else, then you're always in the mood to play Animal Crossing.
There you go. All right. So, it's worth the $60.
Yeah, I would say it is.
Very nice.
For as long for how much content you get, like seasonally,
And it keeps updating, too.
Yeah,
right?
and they keep adding stuff and
So,
updating. Yeah, it's definitely worth
The
it.
max amount of bells, apparently the game is 1 billion. It just,
It's a billion bells.
999,999,000.
Ah, you can't be a real billionaire or billionaire.
Yeah. Can't be in the 3 comma club.
Damn.
Yeah. Not quite.
Those fuckers.
Took my comma. All right, so recap the score. We have gameplay, 8s across the board. Sound and music, Craig gave it a 9, Cameron gave it an 8. Graphics and design, 10s from both. Replayability, 10s from both. A 37 out of 40 from Craig, a 36 out of 40 from Cameron, for a total of 73 out of 80, which translates into a 91 out of 100. And the Metacritic score is 91 out of 100.
Jeez.
Wow, you
Damn
guys.
right.
You guys, good job.
Yeah,
I
good
mean,
job.
we're always within a few points, but
Usually, yeah.
Sometimes we
Dead
get
eye.
right on, which is
Unless
cool.
it's a game that we hate, and then it's fucking way off. But
You mean then it's at the actual score?
yeah, then everyone else is a liar.
They certainly are for Parasite Eve 2.
and Pit My Ride.
And
Yep.
Bounty Hunter, those are all way fucking lower
my
from
ex-wife.
us.
Bounty Hunter is
I think Alone in the Dark
much
too.
better than the review.
I think
that
Alone in
gives
the
it
Dark
credit
had a
for.
higher score than it should have.
Alone in the Dark, yeah, it was like a 70, 60 something. We
Yeah.
gave it way
Yeah,
below that.
it's like a 10.
So we've had our run in with Metacritic in the past, but right on the money. And cool. I kind of want to give it more of a chance, but I just don't know if I'm ever going to.
I don't think you'd like it.
I just
mean,
don't-
You can give it
Yeah.
a try, but
I just
think
don't know
you'll-
if I have time to like fuck around.
At least get on.
I mean,
and
it's like an
then
hour a day kind of game.
Come join us
Yeah,
on
fuck around
A4's
with us
Island.
online,
We'll clap in a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An hour a day though. You say that, Craig, like I have more than an hour in a day.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that's
How is
like,
it any? How is it less than fucking Plants vs Zombies? Like that game seems boring and tedious to me.
I love Plants vs. Zombies.
Did you never
man.
play Plants vs Zombies?
Dude, no.
It's kind of a tower defense game. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's like the best tower
The
defense
campaign's
game
pretty
ever.
fun. Like every couple days, you like change, and then you play like nighttime things, and then you fight the final boss.
And the plant descriptions are hilarious.
Yeah,
Like,
some of them are pretty funny.
it's just great. It's a great time. It's a great time. The endless mode is kind of tedious and annoying, but I need to get that last trophy, and then I can retire it forever. So,
Yeah, there's no plat.
yeah, I know. There you have it. You heard it from us. Animal Crossing New Horizons, worth it, and it's also selling like a motherfucker.
It really is.
5 million copies in the first month,
It's because no one can leave their fucking house.
and after 6 weeks, 13.41 million copies of this fucking game. That's a lot.
Dude, some of these Animal Crossing kids are getting some balls, though. I've seen some of the comments like, oh, they outsold this game and this game and this game, and they're just kind of getting too big for their britches right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so guess the shelter-in-place stuff worked really well for Nintendo.
I mean, Switches are gone, dude. Like,
Yeah, they really
I've seen
are.
people scalping them for so much, and they're getting pissed off because we're calling them out.
I got my Switch right at the
You
correct
did.
time.
Yeah.
I need a new Joy-Con, and I kept pushing it off, and now I can't find them anywhere.
Like,
Gotta get a Pro
it was
controller.
gone in the
I
stores.
do have one, but like when I play it handheld.
Nothing. I went to several stores until I finally looked online and found someone selling theirs online. Their Switch Lite for $150. I'm like, I'm gonna jump on this, and so I got it. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. Like, you can't find this anywhere right now. And then you could see the little light kind of die in his eyes. He's like, oh, so you mean I could have been selling this for a lot more?
The light?
Yeah, could have, but not now.
Snooze, you lose, man.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for this episode of Nude Clan. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Share the podcast with your friends. Listen to our other shows, Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy podcast, Puff Puff Hour, a Dragon Quest podcast, For Future Kins More, a Song of Schweiss and Johnson, Game of Thrones show, Getting Fat with Caleb and Joe, just an off-topic random show, and Super Sexy Swinging Fan Fiction. It's exactly what it sounds like. If you can't get enough of us here, get a little bit of us there. And
Don't forget the YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah, youtube.com/NudeClan podcast. Subscribe to us there, and we're exporting all of the podcasts, both the live feeds of us on Twitch and our just straight-up mixed, doctored-up, beautiful-sounding episodes. If you just want to listen to us, you can through YouTube, if that is a preferred method for you. And we'll see you guys next time.
Enjoy the nude.
Time to get good.
A4 is a furry.
Live always in the nude.
Game over, man. Game over. What are we gonna do now? Too bad you will die.
Is not today. How about a nice game of chess?